Welcome back to Ozarks tonight. Well, we're going to talk a little baseball today, one of my favorite things to talk about. We brought in Jim Connel with 417 Sports and with the Branson Tri-Lakes News. Jim, thanks for being here. We're past the trade deadline now in baseball. It's kind of the final sprint to the finish line, if you will, and the St. Louis Cardinals were pretty quiet on July 31st. In your estimation, as the team's set up right now, do they have enough pieces in place to get to the postseason?
Yeah, I think just the fact that nobody's really running away with things. They're only a couple games out in the wild card, a couple games out in the division. I think they have enough to at least get to the wild card. You know, some things have to fall right, and they need to, get some momentum going and get some strong play going. But I think they can do it. And then, if they get to the postseason, kind of a crapshoot, and who knows what happens.
Absolutely. Once you kind of get into the postseason, anything happens. But it's tough to say right now, as the team is set up. Can they compete in a playoff series with the Dodgers?
Oh yeah, I don't think that would be a huge upset in my view. I don't think they're stacked up pitching wise, bullpen, everyday lineup. They've got too many players that are inconsistent, struggling at times, and unless they get all of that going in the right direction, which we haven't seen this year, I really don't see how they can make it a deep postseason run.
Absolutely. When you look at the construction of the roster, I mean, where do you see the strong points for the team this year and what they can build on in the future, and what areas do they really need to address?
I think they really need to address just about every area. They're struggling defensively, they're struggling hitting, runners in scoring position, that kind of stuff, and some of the big guns, so to speak. The Matt Carpenters isn't kind of an easy target these days, but they're struggling, and they need to, either address replacements, getting some of these talented kids up from the minors that they think they are indispensable and they could not get rid of at the trade deadline. Those are the guys that they're going to have to see if they can, step up and make a contribution at the big league level.
Absolutely. In your estimation, do you think the front office made the right decision to hold on to Dylan Carlson, Nolan Gorman, the two kind of top prospects they have in the system coming up, and hold on to them, put the future on them, if you will, and maybe kind of not necessarily punt, but go with the team they have the rest of the season? Is that a good move in your estimation?
I think it's a great move to keep Carlson and Gorman because it may be an indictment on their farm system that those are the only two real studs that they have coming up. But those players could be special players at the big league level for years and years and years. What I had trouble with was the Mozeliak, the GM, saying, president of baseball operations, saying that we're not going to deal anybody who's on the big league roster as well. So I think that kind of handcuffed them. It's like, well, we're not going to give up prospects, and we're not going to give up our big league names. So you're not going to get a whole lot of value in return then.
Absolutely. When you look at the lineup right now, as you said, one of the easy targets to pick on for a play that hasn't been up to stellar and definitely hasn't been accustomed to what he's done in his career has been Matt Carpenter. He had a slow start to the year last year and then went gangbuster and turned into Babe Ruth for a portion of the season. And then his numbers have really fallen off this year. And he's kind of getting into his mid-30s at the age where players traditionally start to decline. Is the Matt Carpenter of 2019 more of what you would think we would see going forward, or do you think there's more of the 2018 Matt Carpenter still left in the tank for the end of the year?
Well, the Matt Carpenter of 2018 was what, like you said, two and a half months, and what we've seen before that and after that is more like this Matt Carpenter. So. I'm not very optimistic that we're going to see a big return from him.
Definitely, it's tough to see that hole in the lineup there, where he's hitting about 210 or 212, whatever he's hitting right now. Looking ahead, a lot of people that follow the St. Louis Cardinals really intently have gotten frustrated about the front office because over the last, they had a great year in 2015, but ever since then they've been, somewhere between 83 wins. 86, 87 wins, which, since the second wild card's a thing now, it keeps fans interested. They keep packing the ballpark, but they definitely aren't the Cardinals of the mid-2000s that everyone got excited to watch. Do you think that the pressure is building for the organization to, maybe make a big signing this offseason and get back to where they could be a team that wins 95 games instead of 85 games?
Yeah, I think the fans are not going to become content with this being the status quo. They want to win the division. They want the biggest names out there, and that's kind of been the Cardinal way until, like you said, the early 2010s. Sure, they got burned by Dexter Fowler a little bit with his contract, and I don't know if that's made them gun shy or what, but no, I don't think the pressure's going to go away anytime soon.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. As we stand here at the beginning of August, are the Cardinals going to, are they going to win the division or make the wild card, or is it going to be a quiet October in St. Louis?
I will say they will make the playoffs. They will not win the division. They will make the wild card and probably lose in that wild card game. So it'll be, a postseason berth, but a quick exit.
Is that enough to keep the fans satisfied, getting that wild card and an early exit?
No, not with the Cardinals and their history of world championships and deep playoff runs, and it's been a while, and it's only going to get hotter.
Cardinals fans are, I hate to say it, we're a little bit spoiled because we've had a great run in the last 20 years, but it's a good place to be, but, we want a taste of that postseason action.
Exactly.
All right, Jim, thanks so much for coming in. Love talking baseball.
Definitely, anytime.
All right, we'll be back with more Ozarks tonight right after this.